How does it feel, Jeffrey Wright, to be the fan of a team that's gotten ownership right?
Yes.
That's gotten the front office right?
Yes.
That's gotten the coach right?
Yes.
And it's gotten the quarterback right.
Oh, yeah.
In the Washington Commanders. How is this hitting you right now, Jeffrey Wright?
It feels good. Long time coming. Somebody asked me, like, how do you translate, what it feels like for the team to be where it is now for someone who's not a sports fan? And I think you put it like this. You had a long childhood friend that you absolutely adored. And that friend's been in a coma for 2 decades and finally woke up and you're throwing the ball again together. You're out in the yard. I mean, it's been like,
that's how it feels,
we all know how brutal it's been. But I think it starts really, and I don't think it can be overstated. It starts at the top. And it just shows you what leadership, what strong, smart, respectful leadership means to a franchise. Tells you how abysmal the leadership had been. I mean, just destroyed the franchise. But Josh Harris, he's doing the right things. He's assembling the right people. I think it seems he's letting football people do football things. And you got, Peters has a good eye for talent, because the old, the success of the old teams, yes, was Joe Gibbs and George Allen and the players, but it was Bobby Beathard and Charlie Casserly as well, who were bringing in the right personnel for the right jobs. And so, yeah, we've got a great organization again, and we, like it like we once did, and that's all that. And the difference, and I've known him since I was a kid, but don't want to, blow smoke, but I think it starts at the top. It starts with leadership.
You've known Josh Harris?
Yeah.
Since you were a kid?
Oh, we went to summer camp together.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So you're in the same bunk as Josh Harris?
No, I was in the same same cabin with his brother, with Gabe, who's working for the organization and works for the larger organization as well. But it moved back down to D.C. to work with the Commanders. But yeah, Josh was I think a year or two older than me.
Okay.
But he was a good athlete. He was a good wrestler. I think he wrestled at Penn. And he's a good soccer player. But, I've known him since I don't know, it was 1975.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. So you made s'mores with the owner of the Washington Commanders or something like that? I don't know what else you're doing.
Yeah. But he,
wow.
I'd kind of lost touch with him, but I stayed in touch with Gabe, his brother, even throughout college.
Right.
Because he went to a school. He went to Sidwell Friends. I went to St. Albans in D.C., so we were like a few blocks away from each other. And then when I heard news that Snyder was considering, putting the team up for sale, finally.
You didn't believe it at first, I'm sure.
I reached out to them. I said, hey, what have you been doing for the last 30 years? And are you in? He said, oh, it's early days yet, but we'll see. And here we are. Great move.
You're not wrong. Obviously, ownership in any sports team, obviously, it makes a big difference because the fish and the head and everything can rot from it, and it can also emanate positively from it. And I know say let football people do football things. They did bring in Bob Myers as well as available from
the basketball players. Basketball people do football things.
Well, but it's knowing character, it's knowing a style, it's knowing who can fit, it's knowing how to build a successful organization,
a winning culture.
Heck yeah. And that said, though, getting the kid's all right. I mean, Jayden Daniels.
Yeah.
Just the thing about him too is he just. It's so calm.
Yeah.
Everything. His feet are calm in the pocket. His body language is calm on the sidelines.
It's expected.
It kind of is.
He expects to do well.
But sometimes that doesn't bode well for a rookie, right? Where you don't know the things you don't know, and then you're assuming that it doesn't take hard work to get it, but that's not him.
Yeah, I don't think he's taking it for granted. I think he's, I've never met him. I've watched him play all season and just what I understand about him. I think he's got his ego and his balance and his talent in balance.
Yes.
When the ego is bigger than the talent, big problems, But when I think he just seems to have, he's grounded. And what I appreciate about him, from what I've heard, is, often with a player like this, a player of his skill set, he's really a pocket passer, but he can run. It's said, oh, great athletic ability, as though it all comes so easily. And I'll say it, particularly with black quarterbacks. Oh, natural athlete. Mm-hmm. That guy apparently is the first at practice every morning, 5 a.m. One of the last to leave. First to arrive, one of the last to leave. Hard work, studious, student of the game. We've heard about him using VR headsets and things to study opposing defenses since he was in college. The guy is putting in the work. And I think the expectation of that, it seems to me, he has for himself is based not only on his abilities, but on the work that he's put in. And so that's translating, I think, to the team as well. You've seen some of these mic'd up moments on the sidelines. Glad we got 5. There's an expectation that good things can happen, as we saw, particularly as we saw and after that Bears game. We can find a way out of this. Likewise with the Cowboys game, that pass to Terry McLaurin at the end, make it happen with seconds left. Kicking game is another story, but there's still the expectation that good things are going to happen, and that's what you go to sports events for anyway, as a fan of your team, with the expectation that something good will happen. And that's what there was a wonderful moment after that Hail Mary in Chicago that I saw on the stupid internet. Someone posted a video. There was a fan. He was in the about 50-yard line in the stands, and he posted a video and he's commenting on that play. Mm-hmm. And he says the most remarkable thing. As the play's unfolding, he says, "I still believe in something." Play unfolds. He's like, "Come on, man. I still believe in something." He's willing something good to happen, It's fanaticism. It's completely irrational. Right. But there's the opportunity for it to play out. It's drama. It's storytelling on the field. And he says, throw that ball, bro. He throws the ball, boom. And the place goes insane, and he loses his mind. But that's why we're there, for the expectation of something good. And particularly now, in this world that we're living in, it has meaning. And yeah, man, that guy's delivering. He's delivering good things. And it's been a long time.
You're ecstatic. Look at you. I love it.
Sport, man. Great. It's only in sport where this stuff happens, man.
Well, but he is an avatar for a lot right now. Yeah. For a Commanders fan, for a DC sports fan, and he is proving worthy of having that faith and hope placed in him. And you see how the hope dictates effort, which Michael Irvin always would tell us that all the time, about how hope is powerful because it dictates effort as well. We had Terry McLaurin on in October, and the point that we brought up with him, and he kind of confirmed it, the game that really made everybody believe for sure was the Monday night win in Cincinnati. When Cincinnati was 0-2, and everyone's like, there's no way this team's going 0-3 with Burrow and Chase. And the Commanders will just come in like the Washington Generals, right? As opposed to the Washington Commanders.
Right.
And instead of settling for a field goal at the end of the game, Daniels took one right in the chops and dropped it in the bucket to McLaurin and told everyone to drive home safely. And I said to Terry, hey, looks like you went to the sideline, and with all due respect to everybody else that you've had, you realized you finally have your quarterback. And he's like, yep. Yeah. That's the way he felt. No, I think the rest of the team felt. Dan Quinn has that positive energy as well. It's all working right now, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's an X factor, right? Isn't it? I mean, it's like, a bunch of men coming together, and you hit the nail on the head with this word hope. On every play, there's a sense of hopefulness, that they can be successful, and that translates out into the stands, obviously, But yeah, man, it's pretty cool. And McLaurin is key as well. In this last game against the Titans, first play, get the ball to 17.
They've been having trouble doing that the last 2 games.
Absolutely. Get him engaged. You've got you've got some great weapons. obviously the running game now is, with Eckler, man, that was a crazy thump that he took.
I think he'll be back soon. Maybe, hopefully after the bye. You never know.
Got the bye, but you see Brian Robinson Jr. is not to be toyed with, and also McNichols and Chris Rodriguez, who was on the team, off the team, back in. That guy's a spark.
Did you see the way the team reacted when he hit the end zone and he scored?
That was his first TD.
It was a huge celebration on the sideline.
He's been on the team for a couple seasons now, and every time I'm like, that dude has something. He just has. He's an aggressive runner, and I think it's good, man. And defense stepped up, came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden we've got a well-rounded football team.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.